Good morning, everyone. My name is Rahmanda. I am Deputy Director of CESRAN International. I would like to welcome all as a partner of this conference. But thanking in opening session is regular speech. So I would like to use my time to explain how the CESRAN started and what does the IEPAS 2021 means for us. It was 11 years ago we have started the CESRAN International as a pupil academics. But now I think it has grown a lot. It's an international think tank right now. With our supports of our partner institutions, I think we are getting bigger and bigger in each year. So 11 years ago, we have decided that we have to do something in Eurasian context. And that thinking led us to organizing a conference on Eurasian landmass. And we thought that it is better to have all the academics as much as we can gather together and talk about all the issues in Eurasia. So that's why we named our conference International Conference on Eurasian Politics and Society. Now we are gonna have our 8th conference this year, and your participation and the contribution will make it a really richful and fruitful conference. I think it's getting the internationally acknowledged conference, and thank you for supporting this conference and for your participations. Now we are gonna have our 10 panels and about 60 participants, 5 keynote speeches and 2 book discussion sessions. And for this becoming our main goal for coming 3 days, starting from this morning, I would like to invite you to participate and encourage all the discussions and increase the academic level of this conference. That's why the participants are gonna the main contributors of this conference, as well as our keynote speakers. So I would like to welcome you all again, and I would like to pass my stage to Professor Luis Tom. He is the director of OBSERVARE and the representative of our partner institutions in Autonomous University in Lisbon. So thank you very much, and I would like to give the word to Professor Luis Tom. Thank you.
Thank you, Raman. On behalf of OBSERVARE, Observatory of Foreign Relations at Autónoma University of Lisbon, let me begin by welcoming all participants to the IEPAS2021, the 8th International Conference on Eurasian Politics and Society. I'd like to express our special gratitude and recognition to CESRAN, Center for Strategic Research and Analysis, to which OBSERVARE has once again teamed up to co-organize this conference. Allow me wishing our colleague and friend, Professor Ozgur Tufekci, Director General of CESRAN International, a speedy recovery, and Raman, please give Ozgur our warm and best regards. Also, I want to thank our partners, Center for International Studies of ISCTE Lisbon, Karadeniz Technical University, and Necmettin Erbakan University. And of course, to all members of the organizing and scientific committees of IEPAS 2021, our warm thanks for your competence and diligence. As last year, IEPAS 2021 was initially scheduled to take place here in Lisbon at Autónoma University. Unfortunately, the COVID-19 pandemic forced us to again organize this conference online. Nothing replaces human contact, but I am sure that the contribution of all speakers, chairs, and participants will make this web conference a great collective success. In addition to the impacts of the pandemic, there have been significant developments since IEPAS last year that will certainly be the subject of a very interesting and stimulating analysis during these 3 days of IEPAS 2021. Among others, one need only recall the emergence of the Biden administration, the continuing escalation of US-China competitive bipolarity, the chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan, or the worsening of inequalities and climate conditions. Even yesterday, the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres at the UN General Assembly said that, and I'm quoting, "The world has never been so threatened because of a cascade of crises." So, once again, our warm thanks to all speakers, chairs, and participants for joining this 8th International Conference on Eurasian Politics and Society, sharing your knowledge and insights. On behalf of OBSERVARE, many thanks to you all and wishes for a very stimulating and productive conference. Thank you.
Professor Luis Nino Rodriguez.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Dear colleagues, directors of partners institutions, dear professors and students, good morning, everyone. It is with great honor and great pleasure that on behalf of the Center of International Studies at ISCTE, University Institute of Lisbon, I am here at this opening ceremony of the 8th International Conference on Eurasian Politics and Society. We are very glad to be partners with this consortium, with such prestigious institutions, OBSERVARE, WELL, and CESRAN, Necmettin Erbakan University, and also Karadeniz Technical University. So it is again with great honor and with great pleasure that I'm here once again opening this ceremony. I would like also to extend the greetings of my own rector, the rector of ISCTE, Professor Maria Rodrigues, to the rector of Universidade Autónoma in Lisbon, and to the directors of the other institutions involved. I always like to stress that this partnership is also part of an ongoing process of collaboration and understanding between the Center of International Studies and OBSERVARE at Universidade Autónoma. But I think that I might also add, after all these years, also a very good process of collaboration with CESRAN and the other institutions involved. So we are very honored to be here. And I sincerely hope, like Luis Tomé said before me, that the next edition of these and other conferences that we might be able to organize together, I'm hopeful that the next edition we will be able to join in person, hopefully here in Lisbon. But today we are here to open this fantastic event with a very promising program, with a strong diversity of panels, participants, and topics. So thank you to all our distinguished guest speakers, to all speakers and participants in general, the moderators, and of course the audience, to all our panels. To finishing these opening words, I just want to wish all participants a very fruitful conference in the next few days. Thank you very much.
Professor Murat Cemrek from Necmettin Erbakan University.
Thank you very much for such a great event for me, because I feel it as something like a child of mine, as I have been in the process of 8 years since its beginning, and also I apologize for my anxiety and excitement not to greet all. I like to welcome you all and also dear colleagues, dear professors, and dear students. But since it is the 8th year, and I remember the very first one that we held in Trabzon at Karadeniz Technical University, where I had been one of the keynote speakers. And then we wanted to have it organized in Konya at Necmettin Erbakan University. And that's how we have become the partner of it as university right now for the 8th of it. But besides at the institutional level, at the very personal level, that's why I call it as a child of mine, because I like to be in that process, not just these conferences, such also let me do the advertisement of a national one, graduate conference, which will be held of the 10th one, and again, the first one has been held in Konya when I was working at Selçuk University, now Necmettin Erbakan University will be hosting. Now, the importance of all these conferences remind me the fact that, well, for almost 1.5 years, quote unquote, we could say that the world has stopped to some extent due to this COVID issue. But it's great to see that the scientific activities is continuing, at least through several facilities, including Zoom or other kinds of these online meetings, and that's how we try to get together and keep the torch of science and let it continue. This is why we need to pay attention to this kind of activities. And I also share the wisdom and hope that it will be physically held in next year. And I hope to get in that, since I could not join the one held in Portugal earlier. And I wish you the best, and also the presenters. And hopefully this will be a good academic activity for all of us. Thank you very much for your patience.
Thanks a lot for all the professors for their welcoming speeches. I think it is shorter than we expected, but it's better to keep the virtual meetings on time. So we are gonna gather together again in Lisbon time, 8:45. So the time frame is different, and I hope that will be not a problem for all the participants and for us as well. And our next session will be keynote speaker of Professor Kembut. I think he is among us now. I would like to welcome him now, but it's better to keep the time frame on time. So now I will give you almost half an hour to rest and prepare for the keynote speech of Kembut. He is one of the leading professors in IR discipline, so I am really excited to wait for his speech, and I'm going to moderate his speech. So it's my honor, but still we need to wait for almost half an hour. This is gonna be the same link, so if you wish, you can keep staying in this link or rejoin again in 8:45. Thank you very much, and meet you again in half an hour.